uh, all of this is woman centered for some reason. We are always insulting the woman.
हो सकता है थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया हो.
Not really. People have a problem with the word proud in front of Randi. They want me to be an ashamed Randi. Like, we're all Randis according to the society. I'm wearing red lipstick, I'm a Randi. But they want me to be ashamed. They took offense on the proud more than the Randi. I got a lot of messages from boys telling me that they felt frustrated watching their mothers being called Randi by their fathers.
हमने तो नहीं सुना, हमने तो ये नॉर्मलाइज होते हुए नहीं देखा वर्ड. Divija can talk about it because she's an upper class female and she can say these things out loud. She can say this because these things don't affect her.
My problems are also real. Me being told that I should be the next Nirbhaya, how is that a privilege? That means I'm being silenced.
There are FIRs also being filed against what you're saying.
About the FIRs, I'm happy that they did that because now they'll see that the system doesn't work. I'm in touch with the Meta team, so I'm supposed to reach out to them if I need help with my account. So I messaged them saying, your community guidelines don't work for women. And they didn't reply. They just reacted to the screenshot with a crying emoji. There's no one to help me. There's no one on my side. I have to help myself.
More virality is equal to like more obnoxious comments.
If you're a woman, you're going to be called Randi, even if you're not one. So might as well be a proud Randi.
Hello and welcome. You're watching me on Switch and I have somebody the internet cannot stop talking about, and I don't know if that's been nice on your mental health or not, but Divija, welcome to Switch. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's a little overwhelming, that's all. It's quite overwhelming. That's what affects my mental health. It's not the negative and positive, but the fact that there are so many conversations happening.
I'm sure. Do you want to explain to our audience what is happening right now and what has caused this full rage on social media?
So I'm a content creator and I make content around mental health and feminism, and because of this a lot of men specifically hate on me in my comment section because they're not used to seeing a woman talking about women's issues so loudly and proudly. And about a few, maybe 2 years ago, I started getting a lot of comments from men calling me the R word, and I'm going to say it, Randi. They would keep commenting it. Apart from this, rape threats, death threats, it's a lot for me to handle. And the first time I got the word Randi, I was like shook. I had nothing to say because nobody had ever called me this. So I put it up on my story just to share how I feel because I'm very vocal about violence against women, and this is one of the examples of violence against women. And I got a few story replies from my own followers saying that they were also called Randi, but obviously not by their audience. They don't have an audience, but by their families and people around them. And that's when I realized that, of course, if so many men are making this comment, it's not because I'm a creator, it's because it's normalized. It's not just happening to me, it's happening to almost every woman in real life.
Who's
Somebody.
not even a creator actually. So
It happens to everybody, little girls, younger girls, older girls, everyone, not just creators.
yeah. The shift from your content. So the last time I met you and we were talking about mental health so much, and we were talking about how you're making this content and it's helping so many people, right? From there to now, you are called the awkward goat, and for somebody who's called awkward goat to now, run a campaign that's called Proud R star star star. I can't say it. Is there a shift that's happened? Do you think your content has changed? At the end of the day, you're talking about women's rights. You're talking about if wearing sindoor is something that's like culturally, upon women or not, the way they dress and all of that. Why are men commenting? Because these are all women issues.
Yeah.
Do you feel that कि ये लड़के क्यों बोल रहे हैं?
Not really. I mean, they're also experiencing the women's issues with us. Of course, they're not victims, they're usually the oppressors. But after this campaign happened,
Yeah.
I got a lot of messages from boys telling me that they felt frustrated watching their mothers being called Randi by their fathers. And some of them were like, I fought with my father because of this. So actually, even they are kind of going through it. They're not always oppressors. Of course, nobody's calling them that in that way. They're all making fun of it with each other. They might
Yeah.
call each other that as a joke, but some of them actually experience it kind of. In fact, today in the morning, I saw a DM from a guy. He was telling me how his girlfriend is called Randi by her parents, and it affects him too to watch her cry about it.
Yeah.
So it's it's actually everyone's issue.
Yeah, it is everybody's issue. And before this interview, I discussed it with a lot of people because everybody's talking about this, right? And the first few comments that I got from men is, you say in your video कि घर पे लड़कियों के माँ बाप जो हैं वो उन्हें आते हैं. A lot of people were like, हमने तो नहीं सुना कभी, और हमने क्या, तुम लोगों ने कभी सुना है कि तुम्हारे आसपास ऐसा हो रहा है कि, of course I understand that this is a kind of privileged circle that we're
Yeah.
living in, it's a bubble that we're living in,
Yeah.
जहाँ हमें लगता है कि वो हम सब feminist भी हो चुके हैं, हम woke भी हो चुके हैं,
Hmm.
अब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है दुनिया
Hmm.
में. But what is your take on when people say कि हमने तो नहीं सुना, हमने तो ये normalize होते हुए नहीं देखा word?
Honestly, I had never heard this word being said before I started making content. That's why I was so affected when I got it, because this was a word that is so far away from me. My parents have never called me this, and I've never heard of a girl being called this.
Yeah.
But when I talked about it on my stories and my followers replied to me, it genuinely broke my heart, because I realized I'm so privileged that I don't know what goes on in the world. Why were there 5,000 story replies to just one story of me asking, were you called Randi by your parents specifically? So actually, we're all really privileged. We're talking in English and we're living in the city. And even in the city, it's really common. We just don't know, especially because women don't talk about it. Because even to talk about it, we are scared to say the word to even talk about it. You know, like maybe 10 years ago, if you asked me, if I had to say this word, I wouldn't be able to say it. I would cringe inside. I got so numb because of the way men called me this, that so many DMs every day, so many messages, Randi, 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 Randi. It's like lost its meaning and power on me. And that's all I communicated in my video. And since it lost its power on me because of the number of times I was called this, I thought maybe some girls could also take the same kind of approach, make it lose its power, even though of course 100 million people are not calling them that, it's their own parents. But I think that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start seeing this rage that people had in the comments? Was it after you posted this video? Was it like maybe a creator that had roasted you for that video? When did you start seeing that, okay, people are now responding to this, and like you said, that more virality is equal to like more obnoxious comments?
Specifically to this, I think when I posted my reel, I think that was like a month or so ago, I had posted it. That was just about me. I did not mention anything about my followers because I didn't know how widespread it was. I knew it was happening, that they're being called Randi by their parents and the people around them. But then after I posted that reel, I got messages from little girls that I have been called this, but watching you talk about this is inspiring. So thank you for talking about it.
Yeah.
I put it on my story, and that's when I realized how big it is. And then I made a YouTube video like last week, and that's when it blew up for some reason.
Yeah. One thing is when you get like hate from like your followers and you don't know their faces, so you're sometimes thinking, okay, these are like faceless people, and like it might or might not affect you, right? I want to know that, did like your family or like your friends or anybody that you know, did they come up to you and say that, okay, maybe this is not right, this is right?
Thankfully, I have really supportive people around me. My parents support me, my husband supports me, and they think I'm right.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm able to speak up about it. They are not calling me that. So I know that if I give a voice to the people who are less privileged than me, nothing will backfire in my actual social circle. People will still support me because they understand where I'm coming from. I think that's the problem. People who are privileged, they just go on in their life, like you. I'm not going to point fingers at you,
yeah.
but you wouldn't go and make a video about how women are being called Randi, right? Because it doesn't affect you, which is
Yeah.
understandable. I
Yeah.
also didn't do that. I only actually started doing it because I got that comment, and
Yeah.
that's when I got to know the reality.
Yeah. I also have seen somebody texting your dad. I don't know if it's true or not, if somebody's actually texted your dad saying that they've seen the campaign that you're doing on Instagram. Did you have a chat about it with your dad? Did he tell you this, or did you only find out
His
on social
number
media?
was leaked, our address is leaked, my number is leaked, and we've been getting calls and messages. And my dad, I think they're targeting my dad. I don't know why. A few days ago, he got like 1 million calls the whole day and messages about stop your daughter, control your daughter. And like agrees with me because he was actually really angry that why are they like insulting
Yeah.
me. They were like, these people, he said that these people are getting insulted because you're taking away their right to call women randy, and that's why they're angry. So I actually felt really nice that he completely agrees with me and is angry at them and not me, and
Yeah.
that's how all fathers should be, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. You also said in your video that what's the worst thing that can happen if you accept it?
Yeah.
How are you keeping up? Because I just think that sure, you're open to you, that word doesn't affect you anymore, but there are like 100 other things that are being said about you, and it might affect you, right? So how are you like keeping up?
I don't get that affected, honestly. Like, really
Sure.
honestly, I don't get that affected by negative criticism anymore, because it happens on every video. Like, this is not just the first time I've received insults and abuses in my comment section. So this is like a normal day, a normal Wednesday for me. But it's the amount of feedback that I'm getting, like positive, negative, from influencers making content on me, that affects me, because then I actually watch influencers talking about it. That's somehow different compared to men just calling me Randy, because then it's like they're starting a whole conversation and then people are sending me their videos and then telling me their opinions. So it's like too much information, because I can ignore my comment section, but I am curious to see what people are saying, right?
Yeah.
So then it's too much stimulation. That's overwhelming.
Yeah. Uh, are you consuming content that's outside your comment section as well? Because I'm sure there are like Reddit threads that are being made. There are like YouTubers who are roasting you. Do you take out time and just watch those because of, you just want to know what people are saying? Or like, does it ever get too much where you're like, okay, maybe I need to stop looking at these
So
comments?
Reddit is like the worst place. I never look at Reddit, but my followers actually send me people's videos of me, positive and negative. So I end up watching it eventually, because if 17 people are sending me one person's video, I'm curious as to what that person is saying.
Yeah.
So I end up watching only the content that they are sharing with me, not Reddit or YouTube. Also, not really, because
Yeah.
YouTubers, I have a lot of things to say, but I'm not going to say it. That's a different thing altogether. On Instagram, I watch
Yeah.
content being made on me.
Okay. And is it always like, okay, chalo, I've seen this video, it doesn't affect me, move on, or does it ever get to you?
It does get to me, especially when it's feminists doing that. If they are criticizing me, which is understandable because they don't agree with me, but then they've never criticized the men who comment things like, there's this hashtag that some guy was commenting. This actually affected me a lot. This is the only time I got affected. Like a few months ago, a guy commented a lot of comments. Hashtag, I'm sorry to say this, but brutally gang rape and kill Divija Bhasin. So that really affected me, because not because of the comment, but because Instagram is not doing anything about it, right? Like, how is this not against the community guidelines? He had just written an apostrophe on top of one of the alphabets. So somehow it went through. I reported it, nothing happened. I am in touch with the Meta team, so I'm supposed to reach out to them if I need help with my account. So I messaged them saying, this, your community guidelines don't work for women. And they didn't reply. They just reacted to the screenshot with a crying emoji, and that infuriated me. Like, I am getting comments like this, and they could have written, we are working on it, even if it's a lie, I would be fine with it. But sending a sad crying face on the screenshot was too much. It made me feel like I'm alone, like there's no one to help me. If I go to the police, I have actually reported once. A guy said, I will gang rape, you should get gang raped and you should be the next Nirbhaya. This happened a few months ago, I think a year or so ago. I got affected by that also. So I actually went and reported it in the cybercrime portal, and then I got a call from the police that you'll have to come to the police station. But I don't know the guy, I don't know his name, I don't know where he lives, and it's just one guy. I get so many messages. What is going to happen? People tell me, why don't you forge FIRs? Why don't you file FIRs against these people? Go to the police. How many? If I'm getting 1,000 comments on each post every day, how many people do I keep reporting it every day, every second? That's all I'll do then. So it's like there's no one on my side. I have to help myself.
Yeah. And the fact that you spoke about Instagram, I also saw Trinetra put up a story recently, and
Okay.
she said something against the transgender community where she called it out. And of course, she posted a story where
Oh yeah, I'd seen that.
Instagram said that, okay, it's not something that goes
Yeah.
against our guidelines.
Yeah.
Uh, because you've made a career out of Instagram and you speak so much on Instagram, uh, what do you think is like the future? How do you see this space, since you've also built a career on this?
I there's a lot to say about freedom of speech on the internet.
Yeah.
It's just that there are no rules right now. It's actually like a no law land on the internet. In real life, if somebody abuses you physically, you can go to the police and they might do something about it. But right now on the internet, you can literally do anything. You can morph images, you can leak addresses, nothing happens. So I feel like there needs to be more discussion and more rules, especially for women, because women are the most targeted group on the internet and everybody knows that. And the ironic thing is, if you try to report something on Instagram, there is no violence against women option. So it doesn't fit into any other categories. It doesn't, if you try to report, it doesn't make sense. You'll have to put it in some like violent category, but it doesn't go. So the problem is they don't even consider it a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm not even sure what will happen. I'm even scared to talk about Meta ignoring my message like that. I was discussing it with my husband on the way. Should I mention that? But it really affected me, and if I stay quiet about it, then nothing will happen. I think
Yeah.
nothing will happen otherwise also. But at least I should put it
It
out
might.
there.
It
Yeah.
might. You never know.
Yeah.
There are FIRs also being filed against what you're saying. How has that been for you? Like, do you think it's fair? It's unfair? Did you expect it?
I didn't expect that. But also, I expect everything now from men. When I talk about women empowerment, they go to all sorts of lengths to silence me. Like messaging my parents is a little personal. There was no need to do that. But about the FIRs, I'm happy that they did that, because now they'll see that the system doesn't work. So if it works and I go to jail, great, because then I can make a case for all the men who are calling me Randi, and then half of the population of India will be in jail. So
Yeah.
at least it will start a conversation. I'm not really scared.
Yeah. A lot of people while I was discussing this said कि ये word normalized थोड़ी ना है, and then I said there is a word called RR के RR क्यों कर रही है, which is हिंदी रोना क्यों कर रही है, and that's very openly
Normalized.
used, and people like कि अच्छा यार लड़कों को भी बोलते हैं कि ये मत कर, लड़कियों को भी बोलते हैं कि ये मत कर. And when I told that to like a colleague, he said कि नहीं, but that's not you, we are not using it in that context, we are not calling it a sex worker. And I think for you also, while you mentioned that, okay, why are we blaming or why are we insulting the sex workers and not the people who go
Yeah.
for sex,
Yeah.
right? Talk to me about that, and talk to me about how you think the word has like different meanings for people, and people so casually use it and then said, okay, oh, but we didn't mean sex work, we meant something else, it's a slang.
Yeah. Why is it a slang? Why are all the slangs women centered? There are no slangs for men. It's always, I'm sorry to say these words, but uh, all of this is woman centered for some reason. We're always insulting the woman. In fact, his creator, who is a male creator, talked in favor of me and made a reel, and men were commenting on his video, like तेरी बहन रंडी लिखे अपने बायो में तो कैसा लगेगा. And then he actually made a follow-up video about it, saying even when they're insulting me, they're insulting my sister. Like, it's like men are privileged. Even when it's about insulting them, they are protected from the insult, even though they are being insulted. So it is actually very normalized if you think about it. Can you name even one insult which is on a father or a brother? No, there is no such insult like father or like bhai. Even bhen ka, it's like bhen. Why is bhen in it?
Yeah.
So it is normalized.
Yeah. Did you ever have a chat with like anybody before you did this video? And did you, like, people show like, oh, is this video okay? Do you think there's anything wrong? So before you posted that video, did you have a chat with anybody? Did you show it to anybody?
I showed it to my husband. In fact, when I wrote the script, I showed it to him because I didn't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Because, of course, it's a very difficult thing to say. I
Yeah.
didn't want to say something wrong.
Yeah.
I wanted to say what I'm saying, because often people take what you say out of context.
Yeah.
So we actually spent the whole night discussing the script, and then together he helped me make the script a little better and communicate what I'm trying to say. So yeah, one person.
Okay. I have to tell you that when I called Divija and I told her that this is what I want to do, I said like proud are, and I was so awkward in saying it. So I'm sure a lot of other people are also awkward in saying it. One more criticism that I see is that Divija can talk about it because she's an upper class female and she can say these things out loud. She can say this because these things don't affect her. Do you have a reply to that?
I mean, they are affecting me. That is why I'm saying it. And also
Yeah.
that's what we want. We want more privileged women to speak up about violence against women, right?
Yeah.
Because people who don't have privilege will not be able to say it. In fact, all of those girls who messaged me about their parents calling them Randi, they are never going to be able to come up here and make a video like this because their parents will isolate them the moment they do that. They will have no social support anymore. So then who will talk about it? Not the privileged people will just go about their life feeling awkward with that word, while girls who are less privileged, and I don't just talk about social privilege, I'm like economic privilege, caste and class, I'm also just talking about privilege in terms of parents being supportive. I think this is a privilege that we don't talk about enough.
Yeah.
You have to be to speak up about problems, you have to be privileged. It's impossible to speak up if you don't have a social circle which is supportive.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important for us to speak up. And also, my problems are also real. Me being told that I should be the next Nirbhaya, how is that a privilege? That means I'm being silenced. So I'm not privileged in that sense. I have money, I've earned money, and I'm not underprivileged in that sense. But at the same time, I'm still being silenced as a woman. So
Yeah.
I'm not as privileged as a man. I'm not an oppressor in that sense.
Yeah. Uh, since this whole thing has blown up, do you ever think now कि oh, maybe थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया है, थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया ये सब, you did not expect this and maybe you want to take something back or anything? Do you have these feeling कि हो सकता है थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया हो?
Not really.
Yeah. Sure.
I've never really, I mean, in the past week or so when it's blown up, I haven't really had any second thoughts. In fact, I wanted to add more to the conversation. So I posted another reel about how people are angry. Of course, they are unhappy with what I'm saying. They don't agree with my methods. They're saying that it's an unconventional method, it's wrong. Okay, why aren't you saying anything about the men who are
Yeah.
calling me that? They are also calling me a casteist slur, but nobody is making a video about that. Forget about me. It's not about me, okay? Forget about my problems as a privileged person.
Mm.
Why is no one making videos about those girls? I've actually put screenshots, so many screenshots in both of my video and reel of girls being called Randi at the age of 11, at the age of 14 by their father, mother, grandparents. There's not a single video made by any person talking about it. It's because they're changing the narrative and making it about me so that they can ignore the real problem.
Yeah.
That's what happens when women speak up, and that's why women don't speak up. This
Yeah.
is scary. I mean, I don't know if any other woman would be able to deal with this because you need to have a very strong social network for this.
Yeah. One thing that I thought of this whole thing was that you're being trolled because people think you're saying it like you're traditionally referring to the word what means, which is sex worker, right?
Yeah.
And but you're not being called a sex worker. People
Yeah.
are calling you that in like different contexts for
Yeah.
the clothes you're wearing or the
Yeah.
things that you're
Yeah.
saying. Do you ever feel like I want to clarify this and say this is not what I mean, this is what I mean? Or do you think it's like a lost cause and like people will troll you anyway?
I've already said it actually. I don't know why. I feel like people who are saying this didn't watch my video. Like they just saw Proud Randi in my bio and made a whole video about it without trying to understand why I said it
Yeah.
in the first place. Also, I want to clarify, men are also calling me a sex worker because if I just show you my DMs right now, men are asking me my rate right now. So that is them calling me a sex worker, and that is really offensive. Not because I think it's offensive to be a sex worker. I think that they should be calling the men an abuse and not like the men who go to the sex worker. And I don't think it's. I think the problem is that people have a problem with the word proud in front of Randi. They want me to be an ashamed Randi. Like we're all Randis according to the society. I'm wearing red lipstick, I'm a Randi. But they want me to be ashamed. They took offense on the proud more than the Randi. And that's the problem.
Yeah. Where do you want this to go? And this is my last question. I want to know that, sure, this has blown up on the internet. Sure, you've said that, okay, that word doesn't affect me anymore. There's so many other people who are going through the same thing, right? What is your motive with this?
My motive, I have been making content about women empowerment, violence
Yeah.
against women, mental health of women, and everyone else for like 5 years now. And
Yeah.
my motive is the same. I just want to start discussions. And I think this really helped to start a discussion, especially because I got a lot of backlash, those FIRs and my number being leaked, my address being leaked. People started taking my side and they realized that we're a woman hating society. A woman is calling herself Randi, and somehow we're getting more offended by this rather than the men who are calling her that. And I've seen a lot of conversation about victim blaming in this whole thing, which is not something I expected. So I'm
Yeah.
really happy that at least people are talking. I don't care if they don't agree, if they agree, at least this is on their mind. Now people are aware that women are being called Randi. I, as one singular woman, even if they haven't watched my video, they know I am being called Randi, and that's why I'm calling myself that. That message is on everyone's mind, and this conversation wasn't there earlier, right? So I'm just happy to contribute to that.
Yeah, we've spoken a lot about all the bad things that are being said to you. What is the best message that you've received after this thing?
Today in the morning, I mean, there's lots of messages like that, but I save all the nice messages in this folder called Sparkle folder. So I saved one message of this girl who said that her parents call her that, and they called her that today as well, but it didn't hurt that much. Probably because she saw me and how I handled the whole thing, and she said that she's inspired by me. And I think it's worth it. It's fine if I'm getting backlash. If even a group of 4 or 5 girls is feeling more empowered watching me go through this, I think it's worth it.
Yeah. And I think it is such a huge shift from the time that I saw you then, and now you are so much more confident with the content that you're making, the way you're speaking. So I'm really proud of that. So
Thank you.
thank you for giving us time, and I hope it gets better for you, and I hope you don't get so much hate. Is there a message that you want to give to our audience?
If you're a woman, you're going to be called Randi, even if you're not one. So might as well be a proud Randi.
Perfect. Thank you so much for giving us time, Divija.
Thank you.